Howdy, y'all. We're in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Joe doesn't like it when my southern accent comes out. But honey, you're sweeter than butter on a biscuit. I almost forgot my saying.
You ready to do it again?
No, this is real life.
This is real life.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Craft Parenting Podcast. We're doing a walk and talk.
Yep. On location.
We're in Gatlinburg. I don't think I can turn the camera around.
No, iPhones are annoying like that.
Well, that was an iPhone before time. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're walking and talking. What do we do in Gatlinburg? We went to a couple of places.
Yep. We went to...
There's a stream.
There is. That's Baskin's Creek. So we went and we did hillbilly golf, which was a lot of fun. The first time the kids ever gone putt-putting. We almost had a trip to the ER once, which was way less than I thought it was going to be.
Wow.
Because I was expecting like 3 or 4 attempts at the children accidentally ending each other. But they did really good.
Oh, with hitting the golf clubs.
Yeah, with the golf clubs.
Yeah, okay. I got you now.
Oh my goodness. Lily almost hit Elliot in the head.
I luckily missed that. Okay.
You did. And we walked around town and we went to Gatlinburg Brewing, which had a very delicious goza. And you got a,
It was American Gold.
yeah, it was light beer. That was really good too. Maybe we're gonna hit them up again today. We went into the parks and we hiked to a waterfall. We went to the top of Klingman's dome. The kids did that all by themselves on their legs. We were so proud of them.
It was like a 90-degree angle going up.
It was a very steep incline for half a mile.
Probably more than 90 degrees, actually.
Yeah. We saw a mama bear hanging out with her 2 cubs, though we did not get to see the cubs. And then we drove through the parks, on all the windy, twisty roads.
Lots of switchbacks.
Lots of switchbacks. Oh, and then we went to Dixie Stampede. I was like, what did we do for dinner? We did Dixie Stampede,
Yeah,
which was a blast and a half.
it's Dolly Parton's dinner and a show.
Yeah. So it was a really good show, really good dinner. We had to keep reminding the children to eat because they were very much more focused on the show. But they really enjoyed that. We went to Dollywood yesterday, which was a lot of fun and very exhausting. It has been a hot second since we have been to a theme park when it is open to the public.
That is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
We typically go to Kings Island, and that's like a P&G Day thing. So it's a limited, there's a lot of people there,
Yeah.
but
So
it's like limited.
we waited an hour for one of the rides, which was totally worth it because it was Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod sounds right.
That was a fun ride.
Yeah, we didn't know it was going to be an hour wait though, because they only said it was going to be 30 minutes. But kids had a lot of fun. They rode their version of the Woodstock Express. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Their version of that, which I don't remember what it was called. Whistle Stop?
Something with a whistle, yeah.
Because there was the whistle sign that the kids got to school, and they really liked doing that. And then we rode Big Bear Mountain, which was super fun. Elliot was very contemplative, and then said he liked it and wanted to ride it again at the end. About halfway through, Lily was like, "Get me off this thing."
Yeah.
But it was too late for that. And then we rode some more rides, got some lunch. The Dollywood version of antique cars that Kings Island has are little 50s cars, and it's all electric powered. And you can drive if you are if you're like over 42 inches, which Elliot is now. So we're like, okay, sweet, the kids can drive us around. possibly thinking that they might be actually driving us. Unfortunately, they were not.
There was no gas pedal.
There was no pedal. The steering didn't really do anything, I think. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
We don't know because the kids were the ones doing it. And they're just driving like this.
It was good.
But at
Maybe
the end,
maybe I'll cut that in here.
but at the end, Elliot told me, I know how to drive now. So that was really fun. And then they rode that ride a few times while we were in line for the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And Lily was tall enough for all but 2 rides, which was crazy town.
That was pretty crazy town.
But Big Bear Mountain was the most intense roller coaster that she wanted to do. And it was pretty intense because it was pretty fast. Though at one point she said she wanted to ride like the Twisted Tornado, but she didn't know what it was. She was only pointing to the name.
Tennessee Tornado.
Maybe.
Well, unless there was more than one ride with the name Tornado. Right?
I have no idea. But yeah, they had a blast. Fortunately, they did not fall asleep on the way home. We managed to get some dinner in them. And they were like, oh, we want to watch Modern Marvels with Pawpaw. And I was like, okay, we can watch for 5 minutes. And they're like, 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, we can watch it for 10 minutes. And Lily fell asleep. And then Elliot fell asleep about 2 minutes after I put him into bed.
Okay, we're going this way?
Yeah, candy store.
Okay, we'll part 2 this.
Hi again, and welcome to the Craft Parenting Podcast. Did we even say that the last time?
We did.
Probably, okay, you
I
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about, we can talk about whatever we want. How about that? That's our podcast.
Dollywood.
Yeah, Dollywood.
Was a blast. Would do it again, for sure. Kids had a lot of fun. They stayed awake enough to get them home.
Yeah, it was, I know, I'm doing a bad job.
You're terrible.
I know. Walking and talking is new for me.
So today, we went to Anakeesta, which is a park
I
at
see it.
the top of one of the hills. We were debating between Gatlinburg and Anakeesta. I went to Gatlinburg as a kid. I remember that. Rode the mountain coaster with my parents. Also remember that.
Yeah.
Went again with him in 2010 when we came down here.
2011?
11?
Huh?
Probably 11. Yeah, 2011.
I thought it was 2011.
Almost 15 years ago. Man, we're getting old.
Well, we were in college.
We were in college. So, for the price and what the kids would be interested in, we went with the Anakeesta.
I was surprised at the amount of stuff for kids.
It was a lot. So they had five separate like play areas / high ropes courses that were low ropes courses. So they were enclosed. Yeah, like they were enclosed, so you were safe. We did the treetops walk, which was just a bunch of bridges between trees, which was really cool. So they had a place that looked like a tree house, with a bunch of different like obstacles to get around. They had one that was birdhouses with 50-11 slides. So
that's an actual number, by the way.
Actual number. So there were 3 birdhouses, 2 of which were handicap accessible. The third one was not. Where you could roam and explore. And then with the square that was made by your entry point in the 3 birdhouses, they had a giant, one of those woven trampolines, which the kids loved. One of the birdhouses had you went up 4 or 5 levels. Now the levels weren't super tall, but you went up 4 or 5 levels and there was stuff up there. I didn't get to see that because I had to rescue Elliot from it about halfway up.
I didn't see
But
that.
the kids loved it, and so then at the top level, there was a slide that took you down to the middle level, and then there were more slides that took you down to the bottom level,
Yeah.
and then you could go up a level, because there were 4 levels total, up a level, and there was another like high ropes course, but super enclosed.
It was 100% enclosed.
Yeah. Which the kids liked doing, and they had a slide that went down from that too. Guys, 11 slides. They had a boulder course that you could go up, or a set of stairs. The kids really enjoyed that. They had essentially an enclosed high ropes course that was like you pick side A or side B to go inside, and then you can go down another slide and do something. You could stay all on that same level.
Yeah.
And then they had just like a straight shot like obstacle course where you were trying to balance on stuff. So the kids had a blast. They had a super tall observation tower. You got to talk about that because I didn't get to go up it.
Yeah, it was probably like, I don't know, like 100 stairs. I thought I read it online. Said it was like 100 stairs or something. Yeah, it was a 360 view of Gatlinburg. It was like the tallest point in downtown Gatlinburg.
Yeah, because Klingman's Dome is the tallest point in all of the national park.
That's right.
So that's like super recommend you should do that.
Yeah, so you just walked up. They had, they were trying to mimic the Sears Tower. I'm gonna date myself.
Yeah, nobody knows what it's called now. Nobody cares. It's still the Sears Tower.
Oh, is it? I was told it was called something else.
The Willis Tower? I think it's the Willis Tower. But
Yeah.
that's like, I had to dig into my brain to find that.
Yeah, so there in the Sears Tower, there's like this corner that's like completely clear, and they tried to do that here. It wasn't like a corner; it was like just the floor.
Yeah.
So they had sections of the floor that were clear.
Yeah.
So Lily had fun on that.
Yeah. We actively chose to not do the sky bridge because, nah. Is that? You can't see it from where we are.
What's Sky Bridge?
The sky bridge is the bridge that goes between 2 mountain peaks and has a giant clear section in it.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It is for us.
But yeah, they had, I think you talked about the high ropes course. Is that what you were talking about with
Yeah,
the,
so,
there was like 15 bridges,
yeah.
rope bridges.
So they had a bunch of,
That was pretty cool.
yeah, they called it a skywalk, and it was all bridges. Like, we're gonna keep going straight. Like rope kind of bridges,
Yeah.
but it was easily walkable for everybody that was with our group. So like 10 out of 10 would recommend. They have some nighttime show. We did not do that, obviously, because we're here now. Because man, Elliot was asleep by 6:30, Lily was asleep by 7:30. And I'm surprised she made it to 7:30.
Well, we went to the pool too.
We did go to the pool as
Top of
well.
all that.
But that was because we promised the kids we would go to the pool as a way to get them to go home.
Yeah. Are we going straight or?
Yeah, that's what I said. So yeah, it was really fun. We just got back from Gatlinburg Brewing. Mwah! All of the beers are delicious.
Yeah, talk about the beer you had.
So, well, I had a lot of beers. They had Don't Feed the Bears Brown Ale.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
We had a pint of that.
yeah. A mango IPA that was really good. What was it? A caramel coconut? No, a salty coconut beer. That was also really good.
There was a salt and pepper
A
lager.
salt and pepper lager, which was really interesting.
I didn't taste any pepper or salt.
I got some pepper out of it the first time that I had it.
Okay. You got a flight
but,
though.
yeah.
Did you say that?
And then the piece de resistance was they had a barley wine on nitro. And this thing tasted like candy.
Yeah, it
It was
did.
so good.
It was very smooth.
I am regretting all of my life decisions because the first time we went there was after hillbilly golf, and I got a goza because I was so hot and I needed a goza. But the goza was really good. And this barley wine was the last beer that I drank, and I would have drank that the whole dang time. But it's a 10% beer. That is not a good recommendation of something to drink as a session beer.
No. It is not.
Yeah, but their Gaddy Light is really good. Which is their not your dad's light beer, but is semi your dad's light beer.
It's like golden ale. It's not even a pilsner.
Yeah, it was so smooth and so good.
Something about the water here, I'm sure.
It's got to be the water here.
The profile.
Coon!
Yeah.
Trash panda! So we're not exactly sure what we're doing tomorrow yet, because we're still going to be in the parks tomorrow. But we're thinking we're going to head towards Tuckaleechee Caverns and the Cades Cove area and do a bunch of stuff out there and have a blast. And maybe come out here 3 times a year. 3 times a year is too many.
That's probably too many, yeah.
Maybe once every other year.
Once every other year is good, yeah.
I forgot how much I love the mountains.
The mountains are fun, for sure. It's not fun to drive in them.
Yeah, my favorite was when we were getting ready to go up Klingman's Dome. Elliot had been talking about how he wanted to go up a mountain.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we're gonna go up a mountain today, bud. And he was mildly okay with walking up the mountain. When we got back into town, he was like, I meant that. And he pointed at a ski lift because he wanted to ride up the mountain and down the mountain. Thanks, Joe and Caroline, for that lovely walk and talk. Now, you just get me, because we are back home now. So after we did our talk and walk and we made it back to the condo, we all got a great night's sleep and decided that we were going to go to Townsend, Tennessee for the day. We went to Tuckaleechee Caverns, which is the 3rd time I've been on that tour. It's a lot of fun. It was about an hour and a half, and you walked about a mile and a half total underground. One of my favorite cave tours that I ever do. The kids loved it. They only freaked out a handful of times, if at all. And at one point, or a few points, Lily said she wanted to live in a cave. So they went from being totally unsure about the whole thing to being absolutely in love with it. It was a good tour for everybody. We somehow ended up on the family tour because they just start a tour when they have enough people and it's been long enough since the last tour left. We had 7 or 8 families with kids 10 and under. So it was very nice because we weren't the only sets of kids to worry about whether or not they were making enough noise. But the kids were well behaved. They did really good when they turned the lights out so you can experience true darkness. And 10 out of 10 would recommend that you go do the Tuckaleechee Caverns tour. After that, we went to the Townsend Visitor Center where we had a nice picnic lunch. And then we visited an art show that was there at their visitor center. It was a lovely artist who had a lot of really diverse art, which we talked to her about a little bit. She said most artists have all of the same thing. It's all flowers or it's all buildings or it's all people. But she had a little bit of everything. It was really nice. I need to get her name for my mom, Kathy something, because I wanted to see if I could buy anything now to get it shipped to the house. Because I totally missed out on buying something while we were out there. And then we went and we drove to Cades Cove to do the Cades Cove car loop. Prefacing this with, we're fine. Everyone's fine. It's all fine. We're all home now. So obviously, it's okay. But good luck with this ride. So it's currently 3:30 in the afternoon, and we are stuck on the Cades Cove loop. Mom's about to sue the National Park Service
done?
Because apparently people have been stuck for the last 3 hours, and they let us on the loop. I mean, these views, though, are gorgeous. There's worse places to be stuck, but there is a storm coming, so we're going to have to get through that.
Is it going to thunderstorm?
No, we're going to be fine. So apparently an EV car is stuck on the loop because they didn't charge it. Now, this is like second to like fifth hand knowledge. I don't know. So we're just trying to figure out whether or not we can go anywhere. But I also don't have service to send this, so you're going to get this once we get past civilization. Or this is I don't know.
I'm traumatized.
We have snacks. I have knitting.
On a horse. They could have a helicopter. Anything.
Oh, here's the ranger.
Where?
It's what?
That looks like someone important.
Who's coming?
3 cars back, maybe?
Well, there was a dually. Started to rain. It is currently 3:43. There is no real update. Love y'all. Send snacks. Except by the time this sends, we're not going to be here anymore because I don't have enough service to send anything.
Well, we're moving forward. And some of those
We're moving a little bit at least.
cars way down there.
So, I don't know. Mixed reviews on whether or not we can actually turn around. Odds are very low. But we're in a national park, so that's fun.
I think there's...
It's 4:07. It's still raining. We tried to get out of the loop and accidentally went down a dead end. I mean, it's technically not a dead end, but for it to not be a dead end, you need a 4-wheel drive vehicle with high clearance. And it to probably not be pouring down rain. So, we're going back from whence we came. Tensions are high. I suspect.
Are you making shit up?
Yes! This is drama, Joe. It's drama.
Well, you yelled at me for having my flashlight on. I'm just trying to read the map.
You were painting. You were literally shining it in my face.
Don't be such a baby.
I love you all and hope that I get to see you soon.
Service.
We're back on the Cades Cove loop. It is 4:12. Somehow I have service to get a text message from Children's telling them that I owe them money for Lily's eye doctor's appointment. So, happy news.
Is that what that was?
That is what that text message was.
Oh, good.
We owe Children's money.
Send snacks. Send snacks.
Send snacks, please, and thank you.
We have snacks.
We've
I
got
want better snacks.
all the beer at the condo might be gone, like an hour after we get there. I don't know, man. Spirits are high-ish.
No, they're not.
We haven't killed each other yet. We're just gonna read the book and hope we can keep pressing forward.
I am lost in the woods.
No, it doesn't say mommy.
I am lost in the woods, and I don't know what path you are on. We're not lost, though. I know where we are on the map. I just didn't know that it was 4-wheel drive, high clearance only. So, my bad. That information was not presented. It's 4:31. We are 1.5 miles away from the Cades Cove campground. So, fingers crossed we get out of this soon. Do not turn left. You turn left, we're back in this crazy loop. Oh my goodness. I feel comfortable enough to dig into the provisions because I think we're gonna make it back to the condo okay. Maybe we'll try to deliver in dinner. Well, we got food at the condo. We'll probably just eat food at the condo for dinner. Because I don't know if any of us want to go anywhere at this point.
For yourself.
Or we're all gonna go somewhere because we don't want to be in the same room as each other. I don't know. We'll figure it out. 4:43. We have finally reached the stop sign to exit the Cades Cove loop. We're surviving somehow. We have an unknown drive back to the condo. It is 33 miles, which I think it's about an hour. So we just hope we can make it.
Love you.
And yeah, I love you all. It's been real. It's been a thing. It has not been real fun. We are at Pizzeria of Gatlinburg. We survived. All 6 family members are accounted for. We got gas and had a potty stop. Eventually I got service again. Oh yeah, it's 6:12 in the afternoon or evening now. It's still raining, but not as bad as it was before. And Elliot is calm. We'll wake him up eventually. You've already got drool all over my shirt. It was a day. Well, I hope you enjoyed our Cades Cove adventure, as told through Snapchats and maybe mental breakdowns. Still unclear on that, but we all made through it okay. It's a story to tell. I'm not sure if any of us will ever get on the Cades Cove car loop again, but we'll see. I mean, it would have been really nice if we could have explored a few more buildings and seen a few more things. Part of it was due to the weather. A lot of it was due to, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to leave this place. But it was really pretty. The views were gorgeous, as you could see between mental breakdowns. And there was a lot to do. Now, at least through the summer, they have car-free Wednesdays. So if we tried to go on a Wednesday, we wouldn't have been able to take the car. So make sure if you're going down to Gatlinburg that you keep an eye on that. They are starting to do a few things like that. Definitely would have prevented us being stuck on the loop for 3 hours if no cars would have been able to be there, because you can easily get around anything. But yeah, it was a thing. So we went and got pizza, as also just shown, and packed up. And then we headed to Canton, North Carolina the next day to visit my uncle, which he has a lovely cabin, a craft room that makes my heart so happy that my aunt sews these gorgeous quilts in and knits sweaters. I still have not delved into sweaters yet. So kudos to her. She has an amazing setup. Their house is wonderful as well. Since they're not as close to Gatlinburg, they don't have as many bears to worry about. Like, the bears are still there, but they don't like people. The bears in Gatlinburg are pretty much used to people. So they haven't really seen bears yet. They've just seen evidence of bears. And hopefully we'll get to visit them again. When we left, we got to visit Asheville. But we got to visit the Chick-fil-A outside of Asheville. We didn't actually get to visit Asheville. So I'm still super bummed about that, but all deal. I do have this emotional support shirt that's Don't Feed the Bears, the American Brown Ale that's done by Gatlinburg Brewing. They didn't really have a lot of beer and packaging, so we didn't really get to take anything home, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but just means the next time we go down there, I have to drink more of their beer. So it's fine. So missed out on getting to do anything really in Asheville, but we did take I-40 home, which, again, say some prayers for Asheville and North Carolina and the Tennessee border, because I-40 was really sketchy when we drove through it. It was all open, but you could tell that a lot of the road had washed away. And as of today, when I'm recording this, more of that road has washed away. So we would have had to take a very different ride home if we had gone this week. So really hope the engineering team can figure out how to shore all this up so it's not a concern anymore. As I tell my Girl Scouts when I'm training them on fire safety and nature stuff, you don't want to play with fire because fire fights back, but water always wins. Water will find a way to break through whatever it can. So hopefully they're able to get that cleaned up soon. I guess we will see. Hopefully the Asheville community is doing really good. We weren't able to go down there, but I'm really trying to figure out how we can get down there in the next 6 to 9 months. Maybe a year and a half, because we gotta stretch goals. We'll figure it out. We'll go with 18 months. 18 months we're gonna go down to Asheville, and we'll do some drinking, and we'll do some walk-in talks, and we'll do some fun stuff. That is my goal. So we'll see what happens with that. But thanks for watching. Again, we're the Craft Parenting Podcast. You can find us on most major social media platforms at Craft Parenting Podcast. My husband, Joe, who is not here at the moment, but is here in spirit, he is at Dad of Words. And I am at Caroline Creates Crafts on Instagram. Hopefully I'm going to be posting some more stuff because I started making koozies again. So I've been posting a little bit more regularly. And I think that's it for our sign off. So, bye. See you soon.